Hey JJ, here to wreak havoc like always. Well, today I get the feeling Hildy's the one who's gonna be wreaking havoc. Okay, everything looks like it's running right. All of my stream information's been updated, all the posts and tweets and everything are out. Always a lot of stuff to do when you start going live. See everyone in the FC. Good luck. Very solo Hildy questline to have fun. Obviously, my kitty's not exactly expecting this yet, so he's still a dragoon. But we'll be changing and having a little fun with it once Hildibrand actually shows up. It's not gonna stop you from tailing me, though. Yep. Okay, JJ. In fact, I could probably even make you part of the party. I expect if there are any duties for the Hildibrand questline that'll require me to, like, kick you out and go in solo, there'll probably only be one or two. So you can come along with me if you want. Oh, you're in another party already. Well, you're in a party already. You're with Julie? Well, then just invite me to yours. There we go. And then I finally get to, I'll finally get to show off the glam I've been working on a little bit for a while in preparation for this. Ashu, what you doing here, girl? Can I help but wonder if you are about to have a bad time? The phrasing on this quest is great. Catch sight of Dashu, I think it's gonna go bad. Well, I'll be Ash in the flesh. A pleasure to see you again. Wait, is it what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. No, 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 no. No, that's okay, Nashu. You go do that yourself. Oh, I was hoping you'd silently agree. Silently agree. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I triple-checked my figures and concluded he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Fortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I'd hoped. And now that you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come on, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone hasn't had dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. Oh god. No, I still think we're safe. Gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I've had dealings with a man as you describe. Good morrow to you, sir. Oh, you're looking for someone? A gentlemanly Highlander, Not this man of whom you speak. Mayhap Mistress Celesta's. She is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. JJ. Ninja, you can't see me. Just gonna follow along. Watch out, Midgard's armor. Sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, but not describe such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. Yes, so far we're in luck. All I have to do is get Elias to tell me she's never heard of him before, and I'll be good. I can go home, hang out with my brothers, see what Dad's doing. As ever, a warm welcome to you, sir. How may I be of service? Gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Just a sec. Now that I think of it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man whom you seek. Begging your pardons, miss, but did you say you know Inspector Hildibrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I do not know his name. I think that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmond, or so it is rumored. Surely, as a ward of House Fort Tom, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask after him at the manor. Oh, crap. Please tell me he's not hanging out with my family. Oh, I knew it was serendipity. To Fort Tom Manor. Oh, God. So JJ, while I was doing all my red mage stuff yesterday, I had to have something to spend all the wolf marks I was getting from doing PvP to level up my DPS classes. And I found something that I actually like other than just random orchestrion and minions and stuff like that. Only for me and Julie to realize that we matched. That I had gone and gotten the DPS side of the healer set that he uses. But yeah, I had just assumed that the Stormblood and the Shadowbringers PvP sets would have like level 70 and level 80 requirements. Look like you belong in Akira or something. Exactly. I assumed the Stormblood and Shadowbringer sets would have like level 70 and level 80 requirements. I didn't realize that the PvP sets for them were just like glam sets and only had level 1 requirements so that anyone could use them. I had no idea about that. No, they're not all glam. The Stormblood and the Shadowbringers ones are, but I think the ARR and the Heavensward ones actually have level requirements, if I remember. I think. I didn't double check that. But yeah, it's great. You think this makes me look like I belong in Akira. If I go back and grab any of the melee DPS class Shadowbringer sets, I look like Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. And that's great. I'm going to definitely do that at some point. PvP used to be how you got in-game gear, yeah. But I love the set. And then I did that, like, dark red on all the pieces for my red mage. I look like a raspberry. Well, I guess that fits. What do you have? Okay, so this is the quest. I don't actually have to go inside. Master Leth, do you require assistance? It's as you say. At this time, Lord Edmond is entertaining a foreign guest. Huzzah! We found the inspector! Oh god. If I'm not mistaken, the meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guests to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem a responsible sort, not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. I don't even want to know what she thinks she's talking about. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. Julie. Oh god, I vividly remember doing these. That must be Inspector Hildibrand. Still struggling to find quite the right accent with Nashu. Because I'm thinking like trashy British with all her core, but I'm not very good at that one. Cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I found the brisk earthen air to be rather invigorating. Stimulates body and mind both. A welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking for you, all over for you. Nope. It's a much better one. Okay, let's see. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Look, God, Bert. But I thought... Hildy in Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I've found you at last, heretic! So what now? Yes, you! The hulking brute with a mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. An Inquisitor? Great. I beg your pardon. This man is an Oldon merchant here at the behest of House Photon. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Photon? Then he couldn't possibly be... There were those two wards but they were acquitted of all charges in a trial by combat. He demands the right to... Then I would personally have to... Oh dear. Gonna go crunch your food, be back soon. Alright, JJ. I kind of love Godbert. Just like, here, let me just do these squats while I wait for him to figure out what he's doing. 1,000 apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I'm Seer, and as you may have guessed, I'm an Inquisitor who has been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Oh. A heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me. Aye, a man rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. This heretic sounds like a spitting image of Inspector Hildibrand. Could he be a fan? Or not, Ashu? Say again. You're acquainted with such a man? I see. And the man you're looking for is Lord Godbert's son. Hmm. It would seem that our investigations may be connected. So I put to you a proposal. The first reported sighting of the heretic I'm tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together. Is after all possible that we are seeking the self-same individual? If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if you were present when I apprehend him. We might resolve this matter without incident. I say we go with him, Ash. This looks to be our best lead yet. And I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I laid eyes on my beloved son. If there's a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. Yeah, I feel like I'm not quite accurate with Godbert either. Falcon's Nest at once. A little more old man, a little more scratchy, but also more enthusiastic, more energy, I guess, which is a weird combination, but whatever. Hey again, Redwald. Oh, God, he's wearing his crafting outfit again. He's still got the big booties on, though. Master Lev, these your traveling companions. A serious muscular vagabond. Yeah. Patrol sighted him lurking near the dusk vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy. Buddy. Terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know, I will not rush to judgment as before. Still, much as I hope you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. Oh yeah, it's such a terrible, terrible thing, isn't it? God, so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced, or worse, that the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Helone is my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice, and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. There's Nashu falling asleep again. Yes, I understand you have your reasons, but whether or not this vagabond is a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you're set upon your course, they might begin your search near the dusk vigil. Excellent suggestion, Sir Redwall. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you will share in the glory. Nobody cares. The hunt continues. Onward to the dusk vigil. I'm told that region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. God, is he gonna be in his underwear the next time I see him? God, Bert. Oh yeah. Let's have some fun with my new buddy. Okay, it is on. Good. Because I love his mount music. So great. Kieran's the best. Literally just listening to Prelude while watching this very cool looking horse fly around. Thing's always so far away. In this zone. Seer is shivering in the cold while Godbird's lost a few more clothes. Fury, take me. It's freezing. Ah, this is a waste of time. A living thing could survive in this god's forsaken wasteland. Over there, look! Someone's coming from the vigil. Inspector! Inspector, is that you? Nope. An undead. As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zomberbrand's compatriots, how fare you all this fine afternoon? Hark! A heretic raised from the dead by his brother's unholy magics! He's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Old good sir? Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Truly. Every last one. Dead. That is to say, irrevocably dead. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand? Then, my calculations were wrong? The inspector didn't land in Kurthis. Now, do not fret so. If it's our overlord you'd seek, then you're in luck. The founder of the Gentle Dead Men, our fates, and our ether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now. Truly, good sir. You could guide us to Inspector Hildibrand. As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to a fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. There's nothing really in the rulebook for that, huh? Must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. Vile insidious sickness, which must needs be burned out, the infection takes hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes? Everybody's gone, dude. Confound it! They've left us behind! wrong way. Don't call it a comeback. His look of utter confusion is one you know all too well. Yup. Who do they think they are commandeering this investigation? And employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. Must regain control of the situation. With me. Yeah, sorry, buddy, but with Nashu and Godbert and now one of the Gentle Deadmen here, I don't think you're gonna regain control of anything. Still almost naked. It's still working out. Keep himself warm. Inspector! Inspector! Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. This is wont to fester and spread, yes? Truly safe to consort with this man. Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master Zomberbrand is indeed nearby. But there is also something else, mayhap a powerful magic, confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now see here. These wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up. Ashran can handle himself, true, and you've clearly no reason to fear death, but what of Mistress Nashu? Dude, she's probably the most dangerous one here. I take your meaning. My good zombie, Ash, pray see to the lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead? Come on, you two. The inspector's out there somewhere. Bunch of Yetis, and I recognize those legs sticking out of the ground. Look, Ash, that's gotta be the inspector. And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos. Oh, so that's what she thinks a gazebo is. Hey, my lady. They're not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Fearsome yet fastidious foes who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Gentlemen gazebos? Only Ash can save Master Zomberbrand now. I tried to get out. Tried as hard as I could. But at the end of the day, Hildibrand's just gotta pull me back in again. Well, here we go. Alright then, Hildy. Let's see what you got. Defeat the Gentleman Yetis. Inspector! Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, but this just won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you can catch cold. I already know what's coming. Really? You guys are just gonna pull on his legs? I thought for sure that Nashu was gonna end up. Just gonna wishbone him like that? Really? Ugh. Ugh. Up and at them! Everyone is waiting for you! Ugh. Ugh. Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? Fury, take me. Is that my heretic? Confound it. I wanted him alive. Inspector Hildibrand is definitely not a heretic. And he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating, like last time. Hildy ever was the late riser. Fear not, my wife and I had our ways of waking him. Everybody back away. Oh, there he goes. Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian, Gopper, I don't even remember what the rest of the name is. Wake up right this instant. Oh, God. Too much, Godbert. Way too much. Seer just goes flying. Ah! Yep. Oh my God, the Manderville family. Jesus. Love the music too. It's just straight down. Just angles himself straight down. It's gonna go right back into the ground, dude. Just buried him deeper. Was it the Manderville meteor strike or the Manderville meteor dive? Maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time, then. Out you go. Oh, Oh, hey, look. He's already got the little black mage. And Manderville dancing. Great. Splendidly suplexed, Lord Godbert. Where am I? Snowy wastelands of Kurthus? Who are these people I see before me? Ah. Ah, but of course. Who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from my slumber sweet but my beloved fans? Oh god. Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the laws of logic? Welcome to the Manderville family. Believe me, by the time we're done with this adventure, you're gonna want to retire from being an Inquisitor, too. What is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from? Ah, that. When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow. A little Lalafellan girl. How adorable! As you please. Note the furred muscular legs, not unlike my own. Is clearly a Lalafellan boy. I will say one thing, every single adventure we go on with the Manderville family is good for a lot of clips. Now that you mention, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious. I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir. Especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Please do not powerbomb him from 500 feet in the sky. Yup. There, that ought to do it. What is this place? Who am I? Oh my god, Hildy. Please don't ever make that face again. Oh, he will, Mellow. I remember nothing. Ooh, thanks for the follow, Okami. Seemed that although Father's ungentle ministration served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. Bird is a primal. I love him. Pretty much. How did I get it here? Who am I? Why can't I not remember? And do not worry, young man. Everything will be alright. Take it from me. I've lost my memory more times than I can even remember. Oh my god, Hildy. Seriously. And you can help me to remember. Hearken to me now, for I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesiac hobbledehoy. Amnesiac hobbledehoy? Wonderful! Wonderful! I'll get started on a batch of Nashu's delights! Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach. Gigi? Is that my name? When you woke, you were muttering Gigi Gigi. I suspect the phrase may hold some significance for you. So until such time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? But that's just not a sound... that's just a sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? Dude, have you never been to the Goldsmiths Guild? Gigi. I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will the new name help to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we'll return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Now that you know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Bound for... all the different voices trying to get them pinned down is messing with me a bit. I have to get used to it. Bound for Thornland, and allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer. Oh, perhaps she'll forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. This is rather a lot to digest, but you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. Well, looks like we got another case. And another mysterious figure hiding in the shadows. That is an interesting lamb. Huh. JJ went offline while still in the group. I didn't even realize you would stay listed in the party list if you go offline. Here you take me. That man. Ashran. I suppose you've heard the news then, that Inspector Hildibrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to God's nowhere with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dusk Vigil, sickness which has since been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now. I have no doubt that the inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, but when he does, trouble is sure to follow. Wow, that's all it took for the first section of the storyline. Huh? Oh well. Gigi, yay! Edmund? Love these stupid, like, outro cards and everything. The Gigi situation. Hero must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. Wonder if JJ just went AFK there and just timed out. Oof. Too hot in my room today. I will be right back. I'm gonna open a window. Hopefully that's enough, even without a fan or anything going. Okay, that might not be enough given how hot it is here. Give me another minute. I'm gonna go grab something to cool myself down. Okay, I'm back. Literally, like, grabbed an ice pack and wrapped it around me. Hopefully that'll keep me cool for the during the stream until things cool down outside. Alright. She's just decided that Kiki must be a she, I guess. Early shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pit in the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah, a grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells. Just so. Such is the creed of Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Oh god, Gigi's already doing it. Well posed, Gigi. Well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you to surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin into my custody. Hello there, Ash. And Inquisitor Seer, ever the jester. Accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic, when 'tis plain to see that he's merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you are again. Confusing the poor girl. As if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. I can't tell. Okay. Sounds like it's reconnected now. According to OBS Studio, it reconnected. That was messed up. My connection stayed down so long that OBS disconnected, but I didn't get booted from the game? That's surprising. Well, connection seems to be stable now. Stable-ish. And now that it's back, it's not dropping frames again. I don't know what that was. But hey, if the game didn't kick me, then the game didn't kick me. So, works for me, I guess. Alright then, let's get back into it and just hope that doesn't happen again. As you please, were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandevillian masculinity mere moments ago? That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. Oh my god. Let me check online. Yeah, network error. Please reload the player. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, looks like it's live again. It's excellent connection again. Sure, let's call it that. Well, okay then. Guess I'll believe you for now. Definitely having Cox come out and check that at some point. Have to. Esteleth, Inspector Sear, what is all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Lord Edmund. My sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I am come to seize this mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the Inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? You think Gigi's a boy or a girl? 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no? Thanks, Dad. Oh my god. Sear just loses it. It's like, oh god, even the Count is getting in on it. Retake me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. Beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation? I see. And until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I will even stand as witness here and now if you wish. Adopt? That would make me Gigi's father? Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking action, which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville. Papa Hildy! Papa Hildy! The inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. What? Now that you no longer need fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap, by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmund. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son, we must away. And there goes Seer again. Oh, Alone, I presume to question your grand design, but confound it all. Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoth, but I'm still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Lord Guardboat will be pleased to hear that his son is as hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle on another father's behalf. Certainly not without consent. Guys doing? Can I? Yes, good. How long must I stand around waiting for that mammoth to do something passably heretical? Oh, look at all them halberds. I've never seen such a well-armed building before. Judging by the size of their estate, they've wealth to rival House Vanderville. Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Meltemsart. Pray do not fill the mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain that there is no House Durin Meltemsart, and that is rather a ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses, including that esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption. Well, Gigi, you remember anything? No, nothing. I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let's make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. Room might be closer, but it's down. I'll just go to Ishgard. Aetheryte. Oh no, the Skysteel Manufactory. Oh yeah, it's down here. I thought it was nearer to the front entrance. Patience, patience. A watched heretic never sins. So if I wanted that hair color, I'd have to eat plums, val fruits, and pineapples. But how many? Such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the windswept plains? Hmm. Splendid specimens of horsebird flesh, would you not agree? The hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. These chocobos, the pride of the Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? You remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos, might help. It didn't. You know, just because you found him in a Kurthan snowbank doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to try taking him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Welcome to the club. We have tons of chaos. And cookies occasionally. But I want one! I want one! Buy me a chocobo, please, Father! Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Am I that strange-looking? What's that? Oh, that must be the next machinist quest now that I've unlocked everything for Stormblood. Yeah, I'll get to those later. Jeweled Crozier, that's where he said he was going. One benefit of playing this is a range DPS. I can use Peloton to keep my speed up. Even when sprint wears off. Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota. Fury, take me. It used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you, what with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. What if I picked one with my eyes closed and gave it as a name day gift to myself? I wonder what I'd get me. Nashu. These goods would fetch a high price in Ul'dah. Why bother? It's no use. Oh no, Gigi. You must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits! Oops. My word, a vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo in an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? Legitimately didn't even recognize the fact that he knocked it over? One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. Gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. It was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million gil? Oh, Halone, why have you forsaken me? Well, there you go. Well, would you look at that? I don't even know why they bother putting a surprised face on my cop kitty. Honestly, anything could happen when I'm hanging out with Hildibrand and the others, and it wouldn't surprise me in the least. It's a miracle. Hey, the divine intervention of the Fury herself. Did I do that? Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous. You're a born artisan, just like father. Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa Godbert. Man who woke you with just a few gentle taps of the noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he could do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Not to mean this mammoth's power is a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle. I demand that you all acknowledge it. This mammoth? Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth. Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You're my son. You're a Manderville man. Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl, through and through. Not you. Stop it, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama. Children do say the most hurtful things. The unmistakable scent of, well, perhaps not heresy exactly. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Well, it's only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Seriously, Hildy? Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I. I say we find out what's got him thinking he's a mammoth. But he is a mammoth. How can you not... Oh, never mind. Sure he didn't mean what he said about his Papa Hildy, which means... he thinks I'm his mama? So we're clear, you do agree that it's a mammoth, right? You don't honestly believe that, you know... Measure of a mammoth. Brand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space. Definitions of man and machine. Of course, the fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. Should begin by speaking with the sentries stationed at the city gates and the airship landing. If Fury help us, he has left Ishgard. We need to know about it sooner rather than later. I'll visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we'll regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. We certainly took charge of that. The manufactory. I assume it's up top here. Since he said the manufactory, not the stables. Yeah, this guard. Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat. He came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them, what's his name? Balafels, right? Funny little buggers. Seem keen to be anywhere but here. Well, if Kiki left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. Yeah, I found him. He headed out this way. Falcon's Nest? Here, take me. Must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Kiki goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there's but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. Oh god, Hildy. Every single word out of your mouth, I think, lowers my IQ a little bit. Really, he seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Kurthis, that famous breeding ground for heresy where we first found him. Home to his heretic masters to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, the undeniable, unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. They're both completely insane. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl. It is possible. I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Till such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him around to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Manderville way. Oh, I think a piece of my brain literally just died there. That is anything but the Manderville way. Guess this is kind of the closest thing I've got to my cop car. Works for the machinist too, actually, pretty well. Oh, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. Oh my god, Nashu. Why? And I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. Aha! I knew it. The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The selfsame ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father. What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. Continue to the north. How far? No, I can clear that without jumping in my vehicle. I need to be a little more careful out here, because... yeah, machinist is 61. Should be pretty good in this area. If I go off onto the like tail feather, I might have struggle a little more. Are you? Oh my god. Yup. Yeah. Yep. That seems about right. It lies motionless in the snow. Fragments of ice stuck to its cap suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling it. You kidding me? Your grandkid came out here to meet you guys and you hit him with a snowball? Are you kidding me? That does seem about right for the Manderville family. My head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Gigi. If you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you're unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks, these dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from realms above. My mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Godbert's already there. Expect the earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he? What good fortune to cross paths with you lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? No. No, we don't want to join you in the, snowball fight that killed a bunch of Steinbecks. Grandpa Godbert! Grandpa Godbert! Oh, Grandpapa Godbert. Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. Seer's already running away. Yep. Well, at least Seer is catching on to how to deal with the Manderville family. Then let us begin. His body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you. Oh, but I've not even begun to begin. Fire God, guide my hammer. Oh man, Godbert. You're just spinning, spinning, spinning. Yup. Not even like a Highlander, it's almost like a Rogadin body. Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Oh god, I think I've seen this scene before in other people's streams and all. Papa Hildy! Gigi! Nashu crying. Just you can see it coming a mile away, man. Limit breaks. I forgot he limit breaks. Yeah, definitely a Manderville man now. Definitely a Manderville man. So slow. And Manderville dancing too now. Of course. Okay, give me a minute. I've got to do a full-on clip of that one. Sorry about that. Just need to make sure I get the clip for that one. And it's a lot longer than 30 seconds, but that one had to be clipped. God, Bert. Now that brings back some memories. Destroyed his outfit, too. Papa Hildy? Oh dear, who could have done such a thing? Aww. They could just change forms now. Oh, the Fury, it's just like the Fuzz all over again. Miraculously restored to its original form. Pulling his head out of the snow. Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable. But how could I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Is that what's been troubling you all this time? Why didn't you say so? You said so like 5 times, dude. A Manderville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Manderville mammoth." That, no, not that. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods! I knew he was fond of the mammoth, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son. Grandpapa got Bert. Grandpapa got Bert. He was already calling him Grandpapa earlier and he didn't notice. Oh, it all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. She's gonna kill you for saying that, dude. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha. Julian's gonna murder both of you for calling her grandma. Seer. Uh-oh. Straight up warrior with beast mode. And what's so bloody grand about it? Yup. Hi, Julian. I'll not be made a grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Beauty, take me. I'd heard tales of dark nights before, but oh no, could it be? No, I don't think it was something. I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. Oh, that didn't seem very Dark Knight to me. That seemed more warrior-ish. That's okay. That's an internal family matter. Even if someone did call me about a domestic disturbance, there's no way I'm answering a call against Julian. They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand. At least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Or today, I didn't know a mammoth could even have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth! Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury take me. Their idiocy is infectious. Mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior, one step at a time. One step at a time. Wait, where'd everybody... Oh, back in Foundation. Hey, Seer. How's it going? Right then. My superiors have been informed of the Mammoth's adoption by House Mandeville, as witnessed by House Fortom. Proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the Mammoth is the product of heretical machinations, and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. May prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories, thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville Mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that Mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase, and itself, to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike anything I have ever seen before. Is that another chapter? Yep. It's another chapter. Wonder how many are in this one. It's back in ARR, there were like... Was it 4? No, 5, I think, of these. Well, still got about an hour, a little over an hour tonight. Depending on how many there are of these. I may finish all of them tonight, maybe. But you stand here before me is proof that Helone smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Ashran, and before you think to run away screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed and now missing and presumed dead Knights of the Heavensward. None have returned to the capital since all the unpleasantness began. Yet recently, we have heard rumors of these honored sirs walking the streets. That's interesting. This one must have... I don't know when this one was introduced, but I'm guessing around 3.1 or 3.2. When I was... No, because it was right at the end of 3.0 that I dealt with Knights of the Round. So I guess this would be after that. It's a little weird that anyone would even be wondering if they'd ever return. Oh well. 'Tis heresy most foul, I say. I mean to get to the bottom of it. We will need all the help we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least this way we'll be on our terms. We could keep an eye on that boy. Mammoth! Mammoth! Yes, right. Oh, you must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so... Praise Helone, for a moment I was afraid you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't... to Fortom Manor. Oh, no, the gazebo. Oh, why, Papa Hildy? Little Kiki's been a very naughty girl. What's happened? Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming a gentleman. But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman? Ah, Inquisitor Seer. Ash. Good evening to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Business. Always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery, murder, tax evasion? Evasion? Wait, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit it, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruit of my loins, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true. I was drawing a family crest for our home. Now, Gigi, I know you are fond of this gazebo, as are we all, but it belongs to Lord Edmond. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmond, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle, too? Love that they've become so attached to this gazebo. Oh, Gigi, don't you see? We have no need of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whither we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmond's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Neshu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated. Nashu is still going on about this. Dangerous indeed, my boy. Besides, you're gentlemen inspectors free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo? I guess. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We're currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as Knights of the Heavensward. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation. Say no more, Inquisitor. Say no more. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Since when? Mummy, Mother dearest, I was under the impression you had departed for Earl Daw. Even Seer's terrified of her now. And leave my beloved boy to keep on playing at being an inspector, as well as a father to a bloody mammoth. Bugger that, you're coming home right this instant. How can you say such things? It's my life's calling to be an inspector, and Gigi is my son. He is a Manderville man. Grand as it is to see you, you've come at a most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defend them from fiends most foul. Come, Nashu, come, Gigi. We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice. Ballsy stubborn. Probably gets it from his sorry arse of a father. I trust you lot'll help me to keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. Sure, Julian. Well, that could have gone better. And worse. Let's not keep them waiting. Please, do you think me so foolish to fall for their charade? From what I heard from the others, said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward. As if I had not already memorized every detail of my dear Sir Adelfel's face. But wherever could he be? Dead. Super duper dead. You're welcome. I'm truly outside her grace. My allowance, all gone to waste on those... I dare not say it. Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I must needs accept that he now walks in Helone's halls. Hey, Nashu. The knights aren't supposed to, you know, then why are they so popular with the highborn ladies? Probably because of that reason. There must be at least one fair maiden who can tell us something of value. Who needs a gazebo? I do. Seer? I can say one thing with absolute confidence. They're all quite mad. Oh yeah, wait, the delivery Moogle I think should have something for me. Yep, there it is. When I refilled my subscription, I picked up the Tantalus stuff, which I don't care that much about Zidane's outfit. But, oh well. I'll grab it and toss it all in the glamour dresser. I don't know that I'll ever wear it, but I'll check each piece at some point and see if any of them will work with some other set. I demand satisfaction. Swift and terrible vengeance? How dare they prey upon a lady's emotions to line their pockets with guilt? If Sir Carabert were here, he'd purge the lot of them like the festering sickness they are. Yes, pity he too remains missing. So very much a pity. They should all be super dead. I totally destroyed them. Papa Hildy, Papa Hildy. That grandmama over there is staring at us. Oh, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you've only one grandmother. Second, and this is tremendously important, never, ever call her that. At least, not yet. Promise? Yes, Father, I promise not to call Grandmama Julie and Grandmama Julian. Oops. Greetings, milady. Oh, ain't you a charmer? And there I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Like that, Papa Hildy? Ah, my faithful assistants. Have you gleaned any new information? Other than the fact that these women's scorns seem to detest the fake knights with every fiber of their being, these two women were telling me all about what they'd do if they cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do, then? Bloody oaths and girlish fantasies? And you call yourself a Mandeville man? I assure you, Mother, that we are only just getting started. Tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is oft unraveled with the tug of a single loose thread. I say, young lady, I would beg a moment of your time. Oh, not so young. Somehow I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, 'tis true. I too was taken in by the false promises of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Vergwyn, so when they said I finally could, I didn't hesitate for even a moment. When they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, and I looked on the hideous faces of those so-called grand sirs, I screamed and fled. They were gone when I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said they had overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search. My lady, I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! And there you have it. Our quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants, justice waits for no gentleman. That's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire, have you? Yeah, I know of it. It's Charlian. I mean, we're to travel to the Dravanian hinterlands. Right now, just like that. Luckily, I was already in Ishgard, so the trip to Idleshire is pretty cheap from here. We have to leave, or are they just standing near the entrance? Yeah, there they are. Bloody waste of time. So, that was a harrowing journey during which I felt certain I would die horribly, or at least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. Ooh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk him and feed him and put fresh herbs in his mask every day. God, she wants a pet goblin. This place feels somehow familiar, but I can't possibly have come here before, right? You could have possibly been made here. This was Charlian, dude. Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her uplander and gobby citizens. Yes, well, I'm just glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. But they were no match for Lady Julian and that pan of hers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. God's sakes. Hildy, except in ash, this lot'd be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me. Nonsense, I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son. If I may interject... Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector's sense tells me that one of them has knowledge of the false knights we seek. Yeah, just question everybody again. Hey, buddy, got some questions for you. Have you seen these men? Yes, loud jocks knows of grand sirs. Sneaky uplanders keep to selves. Mingle not with gobby flock, but each to own, our jock says. No questions, only jingly shine. Excuse me, miss. Have you seen these idiots? Oh, you must be talking about them grand sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Pay visits to the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why. How about you? You seen these idiots? I know all about the grand sirs. They keep to themselves in that building of theirs, south of the round spot. You best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch, liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible that I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman? What? Look behind you, a three-headed Gubu. Why was she playing like a noblewoman and then she's here? Unless that really is a twin sister. That'd just be even more stupid. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm on a Hildibrand quest line. Stupid doesn't even begin to cover it. I feel like I've not seen the last of that old woman. Hey again, Eloise. Julian's just sitting around watching them, basically. Sire, look at the city of vagabonds, cutthroats, and charlatans I've never seen. Don't you fall in with them, you hear? Thanks, Grandma. Hooray for everything. Where's Nashu? Huh. Don't know. Don't see her. Around here somewhere, I'm sure. If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location. Guess what I have for you, Hildibrand? The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building to the south of the markets. Good show. There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. Still passing out again. Just completely asleep during the investigation. It would seem no one is home. There's not what we could do, but wait then. Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here. You may be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? As I live in Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville. Could that be? Could that be Slow Fix Coin Toss? You know this gobby, Inspector? I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Thailand long ago, Gabi flock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jiggly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to backtake goods. Until we make busy deal with gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness, he finds Uplander bandits and brings much bangy boom, and returns to goodly Gabis missing goods and great justice. Henceforth, Slowfix gained new appreciation for Uplanders. But for chance encounter with Gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of egalitarian utopia. One may even claim Hildy a founding father of Idleshire. With metaphorical tongue flaps, that is. Oh, the memories. It was a near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. With my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand, and, as they say, boom gobby doom. Oh, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals indeed. But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix, just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes. What's with him, like, degenerating into gobby speak because he's talking to a goblin? Gobby flock has come long way since wandering days. We have not forgotten gentleman Uplander kindness. Slowfix is here to offer hand lending. Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son Gigi has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. We don't require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice. Why settle for gazebo when perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building in arrears, and Slowfix happy to evict them. But we were pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women. Fraud? In Slowfix egalitarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for jingly shine either. Free house. Huzzah! Giant gazebo to call our own. I do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix. Thank you. No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gobby Flock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo, and good luck with hunt for Grand Sirs. I love that Slowfix is willing to refer to it as a gazebo, even though that's completely inaccurate, since that's what they said they wanted. Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw our family crest on it? I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion. And perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former tenants. Come, let us go and purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas. Oh, he's gone and gotten himself a sodden gazebo? Bloody hells. If he really thinks I'm gonna let him keep on playing at being a father. She's calling it a gazebo too. They just won't stop. Okay then. Julian shadowboxing. And Hildibrand's just posing while Nashu sleeps again. And me and my little kitty sit. That's a heck of a family crest. Still no sign of the notorious Grand Sirs. I dare say we're gonna need more paint. Pretty sure that's not the problem, dude. Don't trust anyone over 60. Hildibrand has never been a patient man. Okay then. For what it's worth, that was a real yawn, but that fit perfectly. Much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. Dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Hey, Inspector, is it just me or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes? Bunch of old men impersonating the knights. It is quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. Finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee. Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs. Come on, they're getting away. Outside the gates. Oh, Iggy. They went that way. To the right. I'll catch up to you all soon, so just go. Oh boy. He's probably okay. Oh no, probably a little further away. Not too far. Oh wow. What's up with you too, Seer? Hey, take me. Everyone like that? Oh, just running. Since Sir Carbert chased me up and down the steps of fate, brandishing a flaming... Wait, where's Gigi? Where could those two have got to? Huh. Spare the flaming rod, spoil the milksop. Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions. You have nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once. I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs, name yourselves, and answer for your misdeeds. Music kicking in, oh my god! It's so terrible. Slayer of thousand worms, the silver spear which had pierced their very heavens, Orland. Master of magics, ancient and awesome, The divine hand which had defeated all maladies save senescence, and incontinence, wound spot. What spot? Red Sirs Excelsior! I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both. Grandsires, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, therefore inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am come on behalf of those poor defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now, lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. The audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. Feel ashamed of your words and deeds? Seriously? Wow, these guys are not terribly weak. You will rue this day, and rue it hard! He's certainly a dragoon. Certainly jump. But this is a Hildibrand storyline. He's probably gonna throw his back out or something doing this. Gods, how I've missed this. The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. Yup, there it goes. It was on a day like this that we met, wasn't it? When we soared into those azure skies, we never truly came back down. I think he's dying. And mine eyes deceive me. Pig's knee of my heart descended from Helode's halls to guide me to her bosom. Oh god, I'm pretty sure he's dying. My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher. Higher! Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just died. Yup. Orland! 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 Oh my god! Interesting that we just had a handful of Nymea lilies with us. Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. Okay. I think this one has officially surpassed the ARR Hildibrand quest now. I mean, it's dark, but it can't help being hilarious. Wait, I've seen this before. All too recently. Yes, anyway. He's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Are you going to tell me he doesn't actually know magic? Because the other guy really legitimately seemed to be a dragoon. Oh, senility. He doesn't even know where he is anymore, does he? You're referring to me? I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, I'll get right on that. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite... No. Wait, that's no good. Let me see. Something of a rather less controversial tradition, yes? Something with more pep, a vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes! Oops. Oh boy. Foes? I thought you were friends. And there he goes. Hey, it actually worked. Say right at bugging me with a bleeding guybulg. My back! My back! It would seem I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us? Enough! Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Uh-huh. The old lady is totally one of them. Giggy? But when? How? Thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Bearer of faces, fair and fearsome. The midnight shadow which hath deceived kings and queens. Doris! Can't possibly have been so naive as to think we'd not seen through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into a trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for life on the road. All has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes from the first. The objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way, we have no desire to hurt the boy. We but require his help to reclaim that which is rightfully ours, our youth. Found it. I can't see. Damn. They're very slowly getting away. Gigi! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. Find him? They're 5 feet from us, dude. Just go. Gonna be another one of those days. You think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages. Thank you, Nashu. Nice to see how much you care for your child. Fine job he did protecting that mammoth of his, eh? Remind me again why we didn't just, you know... 12 strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the Grandsires that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. Now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Rod's at home by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an adamantoise's pace. Little Milksop's right. Let's get after the old buggers. That's what my mentor used to call me, among other things. Oh, the memories. This place I'm really not safe. Everything around here is going to want to attack me. I'm only like 2 levels ahead of all of it. So I'll just fly over everything. Guys. Oh. They're still just... They're resting? Must attack rashly. They realize they're being watched. They may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. Wow, JJ's just like logging out and logging in all night. Internet problems or just AFKing? I don't know. Let me guess, wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? Was it time for cracking skulls and time for letting your idiot of a son deal with his troubles on his own? That's why. Think he's sleeping? Or just resting his eyes? So, it seems that the Grandsires have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. Great sentence there, dude. How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. How about when they all fall asleep for their afternoon nap? Or they can't hold it in and have to go to the bathroom. Ask and ye shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, no, we shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Ash will stalk and subdue the Grandsire, then relieve him of his armor. Thanks, Hildy. I was stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage. Rest assured, I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Ash. He's absolutely going to try and disguise himself as a 60-year-old dragoon. Yeah, good luck with that, Hildy. Although, given that this is a Hildibrand quest, it might work. I always have to remember the usual stupidity of the game gets amplified by about 500 times every time you're on a Hildibrand quest. I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about Those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young man? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gunspark can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray, lend me a hand with the straps. Oh my god. Truly, young man, you're a saint. Wants a massage, so here, take off all the clothes. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right. I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Massage? I'm actually massaging him? Is he just gonna fall asleep after the massage? Ah, the healing tingle. Would that I had the tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pig's knee used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Oh god. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every dot. Slowly, make me forget my troubles. Harder, higher. Close your eyes and dream. Snoring suddenly stops. You begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Holy crap. Scare you remove his sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of nearby ravenous bears and tentacled mortals. May he rest in peace. Oh my god. Oh, that's the same. And that's the same. Let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. Yeah, that one's different. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By return, I gather you've taken care of the dragoon. And by taking care, I mean afford him all due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Go for it, Hildy. Let's see what you do with this disguise. Capital. And without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. They might be. Oh, ye of little faith. You're in for a treat. For you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of mandervillia and guile and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. And where in the hell's is Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, he could at least be quick about it. Yeah. Literally did nothing to his face. Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I have returned. And does his poses too. Oh, bollocks. Even my character is like, oh god. Here we go again. Are they completely blind? Yup. It's about time. Okay, no. That's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must first release young Gigi here. His behavior unbecoming a gentleman to keep children in cages. What the seven hells are you blathering about? He's going to get away. No, he will not. See? Still here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Where did he take me? It's working. He's about to walk out of there with Gigi, and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. Uh-huh. I'm cold, and there are morbals after me. Yeah, that's what happens when I leave him out there exposed to the environment. Like, hey. I'm me, but you're also me. That can't be, unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Pigsney, we'll be together at last. Seer. Uh-huh. They can't see anything. All completely blind. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with your ruse so hackneyed it would make a minstrel blush? Ye gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much. Run, Hildy. Now's our chance, Kiki. Come with me. Completely worthless, all of them. Phoebe, wait! My son? What's gotten into you? Phoebe. Where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Phoebe. What you are. A creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Yeah, literally pretty much the same backstory, except not Charlian in 9. Quan. I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. Remember now we lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world. What exactly do you remember, my son? Everything. Yes, everything. Remember that Grandpapa Corn created me. He took care of me, raised me, and then we were very happy. Then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi. That you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. So in his ignorance, he cast you out and died all alone. Turn back the hands of time? What we witnessed in the crozier with the Duke's priceless vase. That power could be brought to bear on people. Wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't have possibly been associated with this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match. No soldier has the strength to triumph over time. Before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living. To keep doing what we do best, till our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to its prime state. Turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. Here, take me. This is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look, even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach. Then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you to unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish for you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. Possible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Iggy, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You're a Manderville mammoth. Always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy. I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision. So that's the end of the chapter, eh? You giving up and coming back home? I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from this singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to prevent the natural order. It falls to me as father to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Thank you, idiot. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work. Cannot thank you enough for all you've done on our behalf. I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as how we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's power, Might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then, there's no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. Suppose it'd have been a shame had he given up that easily. Well, that means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then... God, Jules. Don't you dare. Where is Seer? Oh, right here next to me somewhere. Okay, then. Hey, buddy, completely missed you there. Said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will. That doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its power. In Ishgard. Do I have to go all the way? Yep, I have to go all the way back to the Foundation. All the way back to Ishgard to finish this one and open the next one. They could have just had me talking to Hildibrand in Idleshire for the next chapter. See you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin. I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that? As if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one. I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Ashran. That will be all. Are they adding one extra goblin with each chapter? Put them in the background? Grand Sirs. You know what I noticed? Nashu isn't talking about up next on the Hildibrand blah 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 like she did in ARR this time. Proud and the pointy-eyed. Okay then. And at the end of his tether. Need to speak, Ashran. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke. Results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alleg is portrayed in the Enquiry as a cautionary tale. A great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Allegans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Allegan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities in these magics are one and the same, it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there's no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water once spilt be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend. Or even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can. But the dead who have entered into Lone's halls cannot return. They cannot. Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlean texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Allegan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus's former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Excellent. Let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic! I beg your pardon? You accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and set out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation. Aha! You admit your crimes, that you did secretly without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules, read forbidden tomes, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine... You stupid, ignorant! Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'd all go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it! We're better than that! If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. More along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, in a way to help those in need. There's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? It's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let's depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. You look for the inspector. He went off on his lonesome. Gods damn it, Hildy. I raised you to have a better sense than this. It seemed we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade jingly shines for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Gobby's ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. The inspector learned about it later. He said he had to get after them right away and back take Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Look at that. He's got no obligations to that bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. Swear, I turn my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Do you think we should try to find him and offer hand-lending? I don't know. Oop, thought that was Seer since he turned around to look at them. Completely missed that was Nashu. Oh well. I am rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Verisvelga's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Ashram, would you be so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julian in their search for the Inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmagus Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh. Could it be the scrawny little shite's finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the Inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Right then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Fish Guardians of the Mammoth. They were here, aye, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. Gods only know if the naive fools are serious. Three dragon slayers and a mammoth, huh? I'd call you a mumma if I hadn't seen them come through here earlier. Boasting about how they're off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh, those daft sots. They were for Annex Shrine. Not quite sure what their intentions were. They were awfully confident, that much I recall. What are you guys doing way back here? Oh, she's talking to one of the hunters. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Shrine. There went my internet again. Oh, and it's staying down. Is it about to disconnect me from OBS again? Jesus, come on, what is wrong with you? Oh my god. Bitrate just like jumping to like 3,000, 4,000, then straight back down to 0, then 3,000, then 0, then 3,000, then 0. Oh my god. Come on, internet, come on. Don't do this to me. All I'm asking for is a tiny bit of stability from you. That's it. Come on, stabilize. Come on. I really want to press on with the story while I'm still dropping frames, because I'm not sure how bad it looks on your guys' end. I'm guessing pretty bad. Jesus. Just dropping all the frames. And back to 0 on the bitrate. Great. Come on, man. Why is it always at night? Seriously, why does it seem to be at night most of the time when it happens? It just suddenly tanks itself horribly. Seem like I'm dropping pretty much all the frames. And I go from 0 to almost 3,000 dropped frames in a matter of like a minute. Unbelievable. Come on. Stabilize. Stay there. Okay. It's back to being stable now. Let's see if it actually remains there, though. Nope, because there it goes again. Come on. Why? It's like the same time every night, and it just tanks my internet. That is definitely not a hardware problem. No. Still listed as unstable. Come on. No. Tanked again. I don't want this. You know, I don't want my videos, my VODs to be absolute garbage because my internet just decides to become trash at a certain time every night. Or around a certain time every night. If it were that consistent, I just wouldn't stream around that time, but no, it's not consistent. Sometimes it also turns into garbage even outside of that time. I can't continue on with the story with it like this. Like, as annoying as it may be for me, on your guys' end, it would be basically impossible to even watch the stream if it just keeps fluctuating like this. If it won't stabilize, then... Come on. Yeah, no, this isn't going to stabilize. This is just going through its usual fluctuations tonight. Like, it's just refusing to become stable. I can't believe it, like, always does this around this time whenever I'm streaming. And yet still does it at other times, too, which makes it impossible for me to just be like, okay, I won't stream at that time. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna finish this scene. As unstable as it is, and as much as you guys probably can't even see what's going on, I'm gonna finish this scene, and I'm gonna probably call it a night at that point. I'm sick of this internet doing this to me. But I will finish the Hildibrand stuff later. Let me just get back into the game and try and get through this before my internet decides to just die altogether. See, so the Grandsters ready to annex Trine, yeah. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go. Alright. I'll go ahead and call it there with my internet doing what it's doing now. Let me see if someone else is streaming that I could send you guys to. Wow, my bitrate is complete trash on my stream manager. Let me see. Who's doing some Final Fantasy XIV stuff? Actually, maybe not 14. Maybe. Alright. Let me send you guys to... Will that work? Ah, there we go. I'll send you to someone who's using the 6 pixel remaster.